for the Stormy Petrels. Rowe wins the tip. Doesn't happen much, but she got that one. Rowe's a 6'2" junior. They get it to Franklin in the high post. Nice job by Camaria Rivera to defend her. A little bit of a really almost 2-1-2 zone defense. A 3 is short. That one pulled by Devon Caldwell. Olivia Tucker bringing it down. She's going to flip it to Michaela Primo. And this is a 1-3-1, kind of a sagging 1-3-1 zone. A little bit of a different look. We talked to Alex Ritchie Friday night after their ball game, and he said it's a different kind of zone. We're going to have to work against it. And you see Olivia Tucker right there, got into the gap but traveled a little bit. So it's going to be a turnover. The patented 2-2-1 full court press from the Stormy Petrels.
And it's a totally different game than you played on Friday night. Friday night was going to be at a breakneck pace. Millsaps, a team that wants to play a lot slower. They only average about 68 points a game. They give up 60 a game. So defense is going to be their bell cow. That makes good crisp passes and good execution the way to win this game.
Abby Franklin comes down with a rebound. She's racing up the floor. Primo cutting her off, forces the miss. That ball is going to go off of Olivia Tucker, battling on the backside rebound with Whitney Novak.
Yeah, and a really good job there by Michaela to cut in front, keep her hands up, and force Franklin to take a little bit of an off-balance shot and ended up missing the lay-in.
Franklin with the ball on the left wing. You can see her really putting her head down, trying to get in against Rivera. Really good as she travels there, but she's really good at getting to the free throw line, shooting over 8 free throws a game, and takes over 14 field goal attempts a game. So she's definitely a primary weapon for them. Melton with the drive, shield bull in, miss it. Rivera ties up Helena Rowe. Thought they were going to.
Well, originally they called possession down to Oglethorpe, and then I guess they went jump ball.
Yeah, they did. The center official changed it to a jump ball. Possession went to Millsaps, but a travel's called there, and Oglethorpe will bring it back up. So,
a sloppy first couple of minutes. Both teams struggling against these solid zone defenses. This 1-3-1 is one that it's going to take a few possessions to figure out where the traps are coming from and then try to execute. I think this is a game where Camaria is really going to have to step into some of the gaps and maybe not be just posted underneath the entire time.
Well, we get the benefit of a call there. It looked like Malia Melton had slipped on the penetration, but they're going to call Whitney Novak on a little bit of a nudge on that drive, so it's going to be Oglethorpe ball inbound under. Going to get the ball to Rivera. She skips it to Primo, 16-footer in and out. Rebound off of Rivera to Skipper. Skipper airballs that from the right block.
And Morgan did a great job coming up with the rebound, just couldn't get the ball up to the backboard and completely shot it over the top.
Really good hustle in that 2-3 zone. Franklin gets it, dumps it off, missed jumper from Novak. Melton with the ball, she brings it up the floor. Makes a smart decision, gets it back to Rivera from 17, and Rivera took almost 3 minutes here for either team to score, but Camaria Rivera scores. Tucker almost gets a steal from the backside on Abby Franklin.
And that's about the furthest I've seen Camaria step out and knock one down, about 18 feet as you mentioned, but it was a really good shot there. And I think we're going to get another travel call there on Franklin. What's happening right now in that 2-3, you mentioned almost 2-1-2 as Camaria is stepping up and the wings are just closing down. And until Millsaps shows that they can knock down a 3, I think you're going to see a lot of traps in the paint.
Well, again, Franklin averaging almost 20 points a game, and their next 2 leading scorers are just over 6 points each. So they are really focusing on stopping and containing Abby Franklin. Talking about trying to contain, Malia Melton gets it into the paint, spins, and she is fouled by Whitney Novak, who power dribbled the ball after the call because that is her second foul. and Whitney Novak is going to head to the bench with 2 quick fouls. She is their second leading scorer at 6.4 points a game, a sophomore out of Mobile, Alabama, 4.5 rebounds a game. So that's a big loss. Yeah. And
Mackenzie Lester going to check in, 5'11", senior out of Jackson, Mississippi.
And quite a fall off because Lester averages less than a point a game.
She is a bigger body, which will do, probably have Kamaria have to post up a little bit against her, but maybe that'll be a face-up game where Kamaria can take her off the dribble some.
Well, Malia Melton missed the first, makes the second free throw. That 2-2-1 press again. Tucker and Primo. Primo falling back, so it looks almost like a 1-3-1 because they are forcing the ball to go somewhere other than the Abby Franklin. As John said, that 2-3 zone, they're really pinching down on the high post area. You could see Primo's deflection results in a Rivera steal. Melton pushes it up the floor. Didn't think she walked, but I would have liked that they get it to a guard there and then maybe hit Rivera on the dive. They call Rivera on the travel. Didn't think she did, but that doesn't matter when I think trap again, taking away Franklin in the middle.
I think at this point on Friday night it was 20-19. So totally different game than you watched on Friday night against Birmingham Southern, but are going to be equally contested. I think defensively is going to be completely different. And this time they get Franklin up to the top of the key, and she still has trouble driving in there against Kamaria and Malia Melton.
Skipper, right wing for 3, just off the mark. Malia Melton flying in and puts it in. That's a great offensive rebound, crashing the board.
And a great job there. Morgan, no problem letting that 3 fly. She hit a bunch of them the other night, had her best game, 25 points in the victory. And then Malia Melton playing Johnny on the spot, flying in for an offensive rebound and stick back.
Rivera's defense on Franklin has really stymied the attack. Great box out from Olivia Tucker. She's going to push in transition. Skipper puts it on the bounce, kicks it back to Primo. They're going to get Rivera on a travel. That one I think she did. She turned to shoot. Abby Franklin had closed out in her lap, and on her step through, she did a little bit of a shuffle. So another turnover on the travel. That's a second travel call on Rivera. 5-0 Oglethorpe, almost halfway through the first quarter. As you said, our Friday night game, which ended up 101-91, was about 20-12 about a minute ago. It was unbelievable affair. This one a little bit slower pace, a little bit more manageable pace.
Yeah, we're going to have to watch Devin Caldwell, 25 from Millsaps. I don't think she's feeling very well over on the floor over there. They kind of had her down by the trash can, so we'll see what's going on with her.
Maddie Howell is feeling well. The 5'8 junior knocks down a 3 to cut the margin to 2. 5-3 here midway through the first quarter. Gabby Hudson is checked in. Again, we said she had a whale of a game. Might have been her best game of the year on Friday night. Primo for 3, misses, no good. Rose Delmovich in the ball game as well, almost came up with the offensive board. Franklin's going to push, score in transition. We got a tie ball game.
Well, and you can see right there how talented Franklin is. Took that one coast to coast, went against 2 defenders, got it high off the glass for the lay-in to tie it up.
Desiree Stewart in the game. They get it to Melton. Melton's going to take it strong, but has to make an off-balance pass. Gabby Hudson tries to come up with it and steps on the sideline. And we're going to have a media timeout, our first media timeout of this ball game, with it tied up at 5-all. No real surprises. We see that unusual zone. And I have to tell you, you were talking about Philip Ponder's 1-3-1, and I told you that I'll have to show you a version that we used at Alabama Huntsville. That's really what he's doing. If you notice, he uses his middle defender in the 1-3-1 is his 6'2 post. And what the point and the wings on both sides are doing is they're funneling the ball to the post, and instead of the post dropping down to the blocks, she's just staying between the ball and the basket, and so they really funnel. So one of the ways they get steals will be those funneling guards get poke steals. We've protected the ball quite well. And then you've talked earlier about that 2-3 zone, which is really a 2-1-2 zone.
Yeah, and it's a scenario right now where early on, Oglethorpe's done a really good job defensively, but on the offensive side, you can tell. And on that last possession, Malia Melton got the ball on the baseline. I would have liked to seen her take that 12-footer when she dribbled down into the double team. That's what led to the turnover. So you got to take the open shots when they're available against this trapping defense.
5 turnovers for Millsaps, 4 for Oglethorpe. Millsaps has missed some pretty close-up shots. Rebound there on that close miss layup by Rivera. They are going to get some three-point looks. Oh, beautiful pass from Rivera to Hudson, but Hudson can't convert the layup. Neither team shooting it very well. Maddie Caldwell right there, number 20, is the only one who, or Maddie Howell, excuse me, the only one to hit a 3 so far. Did that for Millsaps. Carly Bell into the game now.
Not going to call a foul there. They're going to call verticality. Good job by Mackenzie Lester stepping in. And unfortunately, Olivia Tucker's shot goes off the side of the backboard and out of bounds.
Well, Abby Franklin out of game. This would be a nice time to get a little bit of a run. They've got Desiree Stewart in that middle spot. Can't take it like a break, but it's just not as big of a threat with a 20-point score off. Rivera goes over top, but the baseline pass gives Mackenzie Laster a basket. And as I said, comes in here averaging less than a point a game, but she's doubled her average now with that 2-point make.
A 7-0 run right hit now for the Majors, and there hasn't been really a good shot taken by Oglethorpe in about the last 4 or 5 possessions.
Well, Rivera had like an 8-foot rhythmed up penetrating jumper, but didn't take it. Tucker's going to take a 3 off the iron. Rivera with the ball. She's going to muscle it up and in to tie it up at 7. 2:20 left in the first quarter.
And that's a really good job by Kamaria, going right back up, using everything that she could there, using her body to protect the rim and getting a lay-in. Jumper down here on the other end is going to roll up and in. Looked like number 14, Helena Rowe, comes up with that one. Nice little about 7-foot jumper for her.
Yeah, they've got a lot of length with the 6'2" Rowe. She's kind of thin, not very muscular. You can power through her. They're going to get Rowe on that block. Said they got Hudson's arm. She'll go to the free throw line. The Justin LeBlanc, the Majors coach, incredulous with that call. We're going to have Morgan Skipper and Malia Melton come back in. Kamaria Rivera will get a breather. It'll be Primo, Tucker, Hudson, Skipper, and Melton on the floor for Oglethorpe.
A little bit smaller lineup here.
Hudson's free throw off the front rim, no good. Shaking her hand there. She might have got a little bit of a funny bone action. That contact from Rowe was a little bit lower, wasn't really on the hand. That one's long. So unusual 2 misses from Hudson. Elise Warren in the game now, number 23, along with Helena Rowe, Desiree Stewart, Maddie Howell, and then that young lady who took a quick first step, but too quick. She traveled on that. That's Emily Adams.
She got a running start on that one and did not get the ball down, but a good job again on the top of the zone as they've gone smaller. Now Skipper's going to play the 5. I like her because she has that ability to pull you out to the 3-point line and knock down jumpers, and it looks like Millsaps may be going man-to-man here. I'll see if they'll drop back into a zone, and they are going to drop back into a zone.
Yeah, show the man. Tucker likes that right corner. She's off the mark. Melton scrambles for the rebound. Gets it. Primo with it. She's going to go to Skipper at the top. Skipper's going to drive, throw it back out to Havica. Pitches to Skipper. Baseline jumper from the right baseline is good.
And that's the one you're looking for. You found the gap in the zone, and no hesitation for Morgan Skipper to put that one up and knock it through, tying this game up at 9.
Well, we talked to her Friday night. She was our player of the game, and she said, I've got a shooter's mentality. I knock one down. I'm feeling it. That 3 is off the mark. Melton with a good rebound. 40 seconds left in the first period. Primo with a good explosive move. Runner is no good. Havica doesn't come up with the rebound. Millsaps does. Emily Adams skips it to Maddie Howe. Howe goes inside to Desiree Stewart. Got deflected by Melton. Almost stolen. Melton inbound without looking. 11-9. Millsaps leads. Oglethorpe going to hold for the last possession to try to tie it or take the lead with a three. 10 seconds in. Primo off the mark on her pull-up jumper. Emily Adams is going to heave one from half court, and it'll go off the front of the rim. So, John, neither team pressing. We've seen a little bit of the full court 2-2-1, which is really a slowdown for Oglethorpe. Not a lot of pressure defense from either, but a lot of turnovers by both offenses as they're kind of and you mentioned, it's definitely 180 degrees opposite from Friday night. At Friday night, Oglethorpe's players were used to having somebody right there in their lap forcing the action, and right now Millsaps sits off of you and forces you to create something.
Yeah, they're doing exactly that. You talk about turnovers, 10 total, 6 for Millsaps, 4 so far for Oglethorpe, and then you talk about shooting percentages which are dreadful. Remember the start that Oglethorpe gets off to Friday night when they're well over 70%, well into the second quarter. Well, 4 of 16 from the floor so far, 0 of 4 from downtown, only 1 of 4 from the free throw line. On the flip side, Millsaps not much better. 5 of 13 from the floor. They have hit 1 3, 1 of 5 from downtown. So it's going to be a game about who can not turn the basketball over and then find some efficiency shooting the ball when you have some open shots.
Well, the difference at the end of that first quarter is with 4:09, the media timeout in the first quarter. Since then, Oglethorpe replicated their 2 of 8 from the floor, and Millsaps was 3 of 6. That basket difference is the difference here in the score. 11-9 as Oglethorpe triggers the start of the second quarter.
Same 5 still on the floor, except Kamaria Rivera has checked in.
Rivera's just got to go up. I mean, that's Elise Warren's 5'9". She's got her on her back. She's too good of a player to worry about passing it out. Alex Ritchie just said the same thing as Rivera went up the floor. That's her 3rd turnover, all of them travel calls.
Which is very un-Rivera-like.
They've now moved Franklin to the top of the key. She's going to penetrate into a gap, get it right inside to Elise Warren. So Elise Warren is not one of the taller posts, but she's their 3rd leading scorer at 6.2 a game, almost 5 rebounds. She's got some good strength to her. You could see she's got some muscle in that low spot. Rivera skips. It goes off the net. It allows Whitney Novak to knock it out of bounds. And interesting that Justin LeBlanc, the coach for Millsaps, rolling the dice here, allowing Novak to be on the floor with 2 fouls. They are just out of sync. The Stormy Petrels are just out of sync right now. You have to wonder, do they have maybe a half a tank after emptying a tank in a 101-91 game Friday night?
And they have switched. Coach Ritchie has gone man-to-man here. I wondered the same thing. You go breakneck pace for 40 minutes, and you needed every bit of those 40 minutes to win, and now you're going into a grind-out scenario against a team that has got you playing exactly the pace they want to play.
Well, and that's a big one there because Abby Franklin turns it over and called for her first foul as she hits Melton. I like Morgan Skipper on her. Morgan's got long arms, can play off of her just a little bit and disallow penetration, but still have the ability to reach and extend on her closeout. And the other thing, John, that it does going man is it gets your feet moving. That's the other thing. Coach Ritchie hasn't always started in a zone, and sometimes when you start in the zone, you kind of have what I call zone lethargy. You're not moving as much, and maybe that man-to-man will help them. Melton off the mark, rebounded by Millsaps. Bringing it up the floor. Roller goes off the rim, rebounded again by Rivera. Primo pushes in transition. You got to score in transition against a zone team. Michaela Primo takes it hard. Emily Adams is going to be called for that foul. and that is Adams first.
I love watching Michaela Primo play basketball because undersized, maybe about 5'3", not the biggest build, but probably has the biggest heart of anybody on this team. And we saw it on Friday night. She was getting trapped and scratching and clawing to kind of play through that game. And then right there, she realized it's 2-on-2, and you need a transition basket opportunity. And she's put her head down, said, I'm going to get fouled and I'm going to get to the line.
Yeah, you want to beat a zone team. You beat them in transition before they can set up that zone, and Primo made a really, really smart move there.
It's like playing against Syracuse in men's basketball. Jim Boeheim, that dreaded 2-3, you don't want to go against it. The way you beat them, get out in transition. And Michaela makes them pay with a couple of free throws.
Well, she was really frustrated the other night and maybe even lost a little bit of confidence in that game Friday night. Early here, she showed some frustration on that inbounds pass she threw away, but boy, hitting those 2 free throws, that looked more like Michaela Primo. Millsaps with a good hustling offensive rebound from Devin Campbell. They're back in the zone, looked like a travel, no call. Offensive rebound again by Elise Warren, really giving them a lot of energy and great performance coming off the bench. Warren gets fouled on that one, and she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. That foul on Olivia Tucker. Both teams now on 14-11 right now, just under 8 minutes left.
Yeah, Warren, she is a 5'9" freshman out of Memphis, Tennessee, and you can tell she definitely has the body that as she gets some experience, she's going to be a problem in this conference.
Yeah, she's a good one. Tucker setting it up against the 1-3-1 zone. Rivera going down underneath. Melton, just push it back up, ladies. I've never seen a team pass up 3-foot shots like Oglethorpe has to start. They are going to call Kamaria Rivera on that. Didn't think that was the case.
That's a loose ball that everybody is going for. Kamaria Rivera, that is her first personal foul. So no foul trouble yet for the Stormy Petros. We just have a shooting issue going on right now.
Man-to-man Primo on Franklin now. Warren is going to post up against Rivera. Warren misses, and the indication is it went off of Rivera. Warren really causing some problems down there with her physicality and hustle. They are leaving Warren open now. They're going to defend her. 2-3 zone inbound under. Tucker all over the ball. Emily Adams thought about a 3, passed it up, drives. Warren's right there again for an offensive rebound. She is, how many times have we called her name here, and she's been in the game for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, she is single-handedly dominating the offensive glass right now, and a lot of it's effort. You got to put a body on somebody, and when you're in a zone, it is tough to find that person, but you got to seek out, put a butt on them, and then root them out of there so they can't just grab an offensive rebound.
Well, they've done a nice job on Abby Franklin, but to this point, the supporting cast, especially Elise Warren, has done a good job. Franklin had 20 the other night, Friday night against Barry, 18 of them in the second half. A block there. Franklin's going to take it to the hole. Good defense by Skipper. This is going to be an interesting call here.
They said 25. That's Devin Caldwell. They said she stepped on the line, I guess, while trying to grab the ball. She knocked Michaela Primo into the score table. Taking a look, Michaela looks fine. She's just coming out of the game.
Justin LeBlanc is saying, well, Primo had the ball, but the thing is that 25, Devin Caldwell had her hand on the ball. She didn't have possession of it, but she was touching it while stepping out of bounds. Hudson into the gap. Drive and take the shot. That's what you got to do. That we have both Melton and Skipper and Rivera have passed up 3 to 5 foot shots in the paint.
Right.
They get it in there and they turn, and it's as if there's a 6'8" defender like we saw Brody Davis, the 6'10" forward from Birmingham Southern in the men's game Friday night. There's nobody like that. Even Helena Rowe at 6'2" is really thin, and you just have to attack that. You're getting the ball inside the paint against the zone. You've got to attack it. Melton off the mark. She struggled from the free throw line the last couple games.
And as a team right now, that one goes in just 4 of 8 from the free throw line. So opportunities to score with a dead ball. And they're going to call a foul there on Gabby Hudson. I thought we were going to get that dreaded sideline call over there, but we did not. Our magical sideline will come into play at some point today.
4 of 8 from the free throw line. We're a 71% free throw shooting team, so very unlike us. Franklin up top. They back off of her for a second. It was like, let's not back off of her and leave her open. She's in that high post area.
They're really swarming when she has the ball anywhere.
Really nice athletic move there. She got bumped when she landed, had the presence of mind to put it on the floor. One dribble, reverse layup, good. 16-12, Millsaps in the lead. Melton, we're not getting to anybody on the offensive boards either. I know we've gone smaller. That being said, Kamaria Rivera bounces off the bench. Alex Ritchie has her and Carly Bell check into the get to the scorer's table. That is going to be a travel.
And number 12 right there, Megan Bickman, emphatically saying that is not a travel, that is not a travel. I kept my pivot foot. This side official, though, disagrees and calls the travel the stop.
A lot of travel calls here early. A lot of turnovers that are a result of traveling calls.
Could have used a few of those last night in the middle school game I was at, but it's a different story for a different day. I would never, Roy, get mad at officiating.
Yeah, me neither. I know we're trying to get it inside, but I'd like to see a couple threes to maybe loosen up the zone. That being said, that is Carly Bell, and that is a welcome sight. Carly Bell knocking down a three, a really good three-point shooter out of Scottsdale, Alabama, Scottsboro High School. I said Scottsdale, Scottsboro. Franklin's wild shot goes up, jump ball is called. It's going to be Millsaps' possession.
It's crazy. I was just about to say before you said we need a three, we had Gabby Hudson over here on the wing with Kamaria posted up, and I was just about to say I'd rather have either Rose or Carly as the entry passer because they are better three-point shooters. And then Carly proves exactly that point as she was on the opposite side with Kamaria and gets the open three and knocks it down.
Yeah, again, you know, I've been a little surprised by the tentativeness of the Stormy Petrels. The three-point shooters have passed up some three-point looks, which loosens up a zone. It forces there to be more space in the paint area. But then when we have gotten it into the paint area to Malia Melton, to Kamaria Rivera, they have uncharacteristically double-clutched and traveled. Rivera has 3 turnovers all on travel. Melton's turnovers on a travel. So just really very, very uncharacteristic.
Yep.
And they really need to get it going. Only 23% from the floor, 23.8% for Oglethorpe. They're 1 for 5 in this quarter here at the media timeout, 1 of 2. That was Carly Bell's three-point shot. Did go 3 of 4 from the free throw line, which is getting back to where we normally are.
And you look, starting backcourt right now, 0 for 8. Michaela Primo and Olivia Tucker struggling early on. Primo 0 for 5, Tucker 0 for 3. So you're going to need the two of them to start knocking down a couple of shots to do exactly your point and loosen up this zone.
Well, I think that's where Domovich and Bell in the ball game right now are going to be so critical, is they are good three-point shooters. You can't do that. You can't give Abby Franklin the paint. Three-point shot from Desiree Stewart is no good. Rivera gets the rebound, pushes it ahead to Bell. Bell to Domovich. Gabby Hudson, they give her the lane. Rivera is going to get the rebound and without hesitation goes up and gets fouled. So loved Hudson's take.
Yep.
Like, got to see her finish now. She hasn't finished on 2 of them that she's gotten in there. But really good take. The defender has to come over, create some space, allows Rivera to get an offensive rebound. And she misses one, which is also very uncharacteristic.
And again, go back. Is there a little bit of tired legs here in the first half? You know, I know it was Friday night, but that was a different type of game.
Well, again, you've got this press. They're Hudson watching, eyeballing Primo all over Franklin. 2-3 zone. They're watching Franklin. Primo's got an eye on her. Dish down low, no good. Rivera tips it. Good hustle rebound. Offensive putback is no good. They're going to call a jump ball. That's going to go to Oglethorpe.
Yeah, and a good job there by Emily Sims, a 5'8" senior out of Houston, Texas, flying in there to grab not one but two offensive rebounds. Better job there by Kamaria, staying vertical, getting the block and the tie-up and the turnover, and the Stormy Petrels have a chance to take their first lead since very early in the game.
Right now you got Delmovich and Bell. Bell throws that one away. Got to put some pace on your post entries. I like the fact they had Bell and Delmovich in wing shooting spots. They're falling off, making Franklin take a three. She will bury it, but she comes into the game 2 of 11, so that's definitely a scouting report move on defense there.
Yeah, watch 35, Rachel Flume right now. She is battling and she's really frustrating Kamaria Rivera with some physical play underneath.
Well, Rivera, you know, I know that she's physical and she's bumping her, but Rivera has been very uncharacteristically tentative, and that has made her very frustrated herself. And there, she just absolutely shoved Emily Sims. That's her second foul. She'll go to the bench at 3:24. Don't think we'll probably see her here. Skipper and Melton check back into the game. Primo, Tucker, Skipper, Melton on the floor. Good D by Primo. Rebound from Skipper, get it ahead to Bell. Bell was thinking about a three. She skips it to Skipper. Skipper's three. Whistle called. They're going to get Franklin. That's her second foul with 3 minutes left in the first half. And they said she got Morgan Skipper on the arm on that three-point shot. Skipper will have 3 free throws now.
I think this is a real important 3 minutes of the game with Kamaria Rivera going to be down. Undersized lineup a little bit. This is where Carly Bell's going to have to drop down on defense, play some on the front line. Where do you find scoring? I think it has to be Morgan Skipper right now, being sort of the person you're going to go to and find some relief baskets while Kamaria is sitting on the bench.
Well, I do too, and it's a good thing that she gets fouled on that three-point shot. She was taking it, no hesitation, gets fouled. She's hit the first 2 free throws here to bring the Stormy Petrels within 1. She knocks this one down. She'll tie it up. It's up and good, 3 for 3 from the line. So Oglethorpe has Primo, Tucker, Skipper, Melton, and Bell. Millsaps is going to leave Abby Franklin on the floor with 2. I see Kate Frisbee, the assistant, getting up saying something to Alex Ritchie. It would not surprise me if she mentions that Franklin's got 2 fouls at this point. Love to pick up that third one. It creates a completely different dynamic in the ball game.
They also kept in number 23, Elise Warren, who's been really good so far. So maybe their most physical lineup on the floor right now, both offensively and defensively. So that means Skipper and Malia Melton, keep your head about you. Realize you're going to have to go through and really battle against some athletic women and try to extend and give us a lead going into halftime.
Called the blocking call against Helena Rowe. She set the screen and on her roll restricted the defender. That is a foul. Tucker gets it to Skipper. Skipper getting into the gap. Throws it back to Melton. Melton's going to attack. Got bumped, no call. Rebound came to Skipper. Franklin whacked at it. Knocked it out of bounds. It's going to be inbound under again. Franklin, averaging almost 20 a game, has 2 fouls here with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Official's going to step in here, reset the shot clock to 20. They go right to Melton, no call. Said she got a block on that one. Helena Rowe with the block. Skipper deflects that one away. Abby Franklin had the ball up top, was looking for Elise Warren, who looked like she was open, but Skipper with her quickness and her long arms knocked that one out of bounds. Millsaps will have it right corner. They get it right to Franklin. A little bit of man-to-man action. Tucker now on Franklin. Tucker does a nice job taking a charge. Love to see that. Maybe on a potential drive. We talked about Tucker's probably needing to get a minor in drama, and she picked one up on Elise Warren there.
Trying to see what we're getting here.
I don't know what that was. Justin LeBlanc was talking to that official.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a bench warning, but 19 all, 2 minutes left in this first half.
Tucker ran under the screen that time, and Warren was going to put her under the rim in a post-up position, and Tucker was able to come off and draw the offensive foul. Now on the other side with a foul line jumper just off the mark.
Yeah, Primo and Tucker have been missing from mid-range. Rivera has been tentative and frustrated. So remaining minute and a half here, and that second half is going to be critical that we find some scoring options. Helena Rowe, the 6'2 post, takes a three, no good. Tucker pushes it up the floor. Carly Bell jump stops. Skipper thought about the three. Melton's going to take Helena Rowe, pitches it back out. It's a live ball. Skipper just figured that out. It went off the official, and Skipper gets it to Carly Bell. Justin LeBlanc just got a warning.
He's mad at the official. The official, as we've talked about, is inbounds as part of the rules. Morgan Skipper didn't realize that the ball went off, and she was mad at herself for losing the ball and then realized, wait a second, it's inbounds, and finds Carly Bell in the corner who knocks down a big three.
Well, a lot of confusion. The official, not great officiating mechanics. The opposite, the Justin LeBlanc and the Millsaps bench issued a bench warning to Justin LeBlanc, who was screaming at the official in that she was standing there and got hit with the ball. Mm-hmm. And everybody on the floor thought it was a timeout. So Oglethorpe went jogging off, sat on the bench. Justin LeBlanc's team came over, thought it was a 30-second timeout. It was just a warning on the head coach. Millsaps will inbound, 1:06 left, and the Stormy Petrels up 22-19.
Well, you want to talk about the trust Coach Ritchie has in Michaela Primo and Olivia Tucker, guarding the best player right now in Haley Franklin.
They're going to whistle Elise Warren again, saying that she elbowed Malia Melton. These officials are seeing a lot of stuff, and as a coach, I can understand Justin LeBlanc's frustration. And it was building. He got warned, and then they come to the other end, as it always seems to happen, and they find an off-ball foul on your player. Carly Bell is feeling it. That is number 3 for Carly Bell. I love it. Welcome back, Carly Bell. And she is finally back in to the flow.
Look at that smile when she was running down, and they're going to get another offensive foul this time. And I'm not sure if it's on.
It's Abby Franklin, and that is her third, pushing Michaela Primo. Michaela Primo was just denying her, and Abby Franklin pushed her. It was right in front of the official. He is going to leave Abby Franklin on the floor. And he's going to take her out. So she has 3 fouls. Desiree Stewart is going to come back in. 33 seconds left. I know Justin LeBlanc is frustrated, but he's the one who chose to keep her on the floor with 2, and in a minute and a half left, it's a big risk. Now she's got 3, brings a different complexion to the half.
Let it fly, Carly.
You can see Melton got open inside. That one rolls off, but she was open because the wing defender couldn't sag. She had to worry about Carly Bell, who's hit 3 threes here. Clock running down. Melton comes over, defends, gets the rebound. She's going to throw it ahead to try to get the ball to Skipper for a shot off, and she doesn't. So 3 Carly Bell threes in the first half. Back-to-back in 2 possessions. Will start the second half with 3 fouls. Down low, they're going to go with Mackenzie Laster, and also on the perimeter, Megan Beekman.
So here you go, man-to-man defense, which worked really well against Millsaps in that second period. Switching everything 1 through 5. You can see it, although Kamaria almost looks like she's kind of playing a one-woman zone underneath.
Well, wouldn't surprise me again with Laster, not a player known for scoring. Rivera, a long closeout. Got to be careful not to pick up a 3rd foul. Ball's loose. Primo, right at the end of the shot clock, Primo goes down to the floor and ties up Beekman. So Jump ball is going to go Oglethorpe way here, 31 seconds into the third quarter.
Yeah, great job defensively there doing all the switching, and I think they're going to call shot clock violation, which is important. So possession arrow next time on a jump ball looks like it. Oh, now they've switched. Nope, back to, I don't know, the shot clock guy's going back and forth. So I think it is going to go to Millsaps. They did call the jump ball.
Rivera pivots, throws out to Skipper. Skipper's three is true. Great start. You start hitting from outside the arc, that's going to create interior spacing for the post.
Yeah, that one I wanted Kamaria to go up with, but the diagonal pass over the top, it left Skipper wide open, and Morgan knocks down her first three of the game.
Tucker on Franklin, playing off of her a little bit. Not a huge three-point threat. She did knock one down in the first half. Tucker overcommitted on the jump. Laster muscles in. Rivera didn't get a box out. Laster crashes and scores. Alex Ritchie said something to Malia Melton because she was heading down the floor early and wasn't there on the boards. Melton drives, dishes to Tucker, head fake, kicks it out to Primo. Primo's three is off the mark. Melton's going to scramble, save it, gets it to Rivera. Rivera puts it on the floor, got hit, no call. Melton is going to get landed on. Devin Campbell had gone up and landed right on Melton's back. If it wasn't somebody as strong and athletic as Malia, I think they might have gotten hurt there because that was all of Devin Campbell's weight landing right on the back of Malia Melton. Emily Sims going to check into the game now for Millsaps. 7-point lead for the Stormy Petrels. Primo Melton on the drive. Melton's going to go with the left hand off the mark. Rebounded by Abby Franklin, who's going to push it up the floor. Nobody picks her up. Tucker with a little bit of a reach. Forces Franklin's pass to be off the mark, off of Emily Sims' hands.
I'm going to tell you the last one, I know Malia missed the left-hander. That's the type of shot attempts we need to continue to take. Those are going to drop eventually. You get within 3 feet of the rim. The only thing I'd like to see there is her use the backboard to kind of soften the blow.
Absolutely. Primo looking inside to Rivera. They are all falling in on her. You've got to take the drive. You've got to take some shots from the perimeter. That's what Skipper's thinking. She gets it to Rivera. Rivera tries to go inside to Skipper. Loose ball is picked up by Olivia Tucker. Air ball with 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Olivia played a great game the other day. Struggling a little bit right now. And again, you wonder if it is some leg fatigue because everything is coming up short that she's putting up at the rim.
John, our players are really playing hard. They really are. I think you are hitting it right on the nose. It just took so much to win that fast-paced game, which we talked about. It's really difficult to play a team who's used to playing that way because it takes conditioning and a style that you have to be conditioned to. Tucker now for three from the left side is off the mark. Carly Bell into the ball game, almost came up with the offensive rebound. They called Lester a minute ago. Warren's going to drive in. That was a pivotal call. Tucker tried to take the charge. They called Tucker for the block.
Well, that was one where Tucker, had she slid her feet to the right about 6 inches, she gets the charge call, but that's a lot. With Elise Warren coming downhill, that's a lot to ask for Olivia Tucker to try to take that charge.
Warren off the mark on the first one. She has 3 fouls, so that would have been a huge foul because, like we said, Elise Warren did a great job coming in the first half, really kept it quite competitive until Carly Bell took over from outside the arc.
6-point game right now. Both teams shooting under 30% from the floor.
Little half-court trapping game. Rivera, talk about a frustrating game for her. She puts it on the floor to drive to the hole and loses it off of her foot. It's going to be a turnover, 28-22 Oglethorpe. Under 7 minutes left here in the third quarter.
They're going to stay man-to-man. Rivera guarding Warren, which Rivera's got to be careful to not pick up her third foul. And she's going to get called for it, and she absolutely got it with the kind of shove on the blow-by.
You can see she's leg weary. I mean, you could just see that right there. Warren, everybody in the gym knew she was going left. She turned over that left shoulder, and Rivera just didn't have an answer on the defensive slide and picked up the push. They said Warren was in the act of shooting. Not sure about that, but I thought that's what they were thinking because they were watching to see if the ball went in. Warren makes her first free throw to cut the margin to 5.
You wonder now with Kamaria out, do you go back to 2-3 zone? It's not as if Millsaps shot you out of the zone. You just did a better job with the man-to-man part of that second period. But with your big pivot out, do you now go back and try to make it a little bit easier for Malia Melton and Morgan Skipper playing down low?
Well, I don't mind Melton playing on Warren there because I think you'll have two physical athletes going against each other, and it'll help you on your box out a little bit more. Primo with a long arching pass. Millsaps is running a half-court trap, and Primo, we saw this the other night, has a very bad habit of picking it up just over half court in the corner where you cannot be trapped. You see her tapping her chest saying, that's my fault. And then nobody came to the rescue, so she had to make a cross-court attempted pass that gets deflected and eventually deflected out of bounds.
Olivia Tucker, who just got tackled, is now going to play defensive back here in the back court, and she's going to try to draw a foul on number 10. Her and Emily Adams are going at it, and Emily Adams is going to get called for the foul. And Olivia Tucker, and somebody's going to get teed up.
Tucker just got teed up for taunting. That's what happened.
I actually think they got 10.
I don't think so. I think the off official came in and gave a tee for Olivia Tucker because Olivia Tucker's reaction was screaming, yeah. See, here's this official. Oh, no, you are right.
No, because
she smoked.
She used the word
did she?
That you're not allowed to use, emphatically talking about the foul call, saying that is not a foul. I saw that one coming in the back court.
Yeah, I did too. They were getting after it. Well, if, again, we saw a technical the other night not count as a personal. If it counts as a personal, Emily Adams now has 3. Desiree Stewart's going to check in for Adams. Adams is still heated. Tucker made the first, makes the second. Now, that should be it. That's for the technical. They called the foul, so it's going to be Oglethorpe ball. Nobody's in the bonus here. Little bit of tension going on. I think Oglethorpe's frustration, you can see right now Emily Sims leaning all over, and now it's getting just to be ridiculous. And I know I say that because in Oglethorpe, but now players are flopping.
Yep. Well, you can see it coming. You can feel it. The Millsaps bench imploring that this is going to happen. Where now you have to keep your composure and not allow the extracurriculars to take over. Oglethorpe's got a 6-point lead. Play smart with it. Do not fall into the antics of what's going on right now.
Play basketball. You're right, John. That's what you got to focus on. We got a basketball game to play. Carly Bell defending. Lob to Warren. Warren shot off the mark. Blocked by Skipper. Crowd really into it. They're going to call a blocking call on Desiree Stewart.
And you could see that one coming a mile away, though. Again, Morgan Skipper with the block. Malia Melton comes up with the rebound, and then it's 2 bodies all over her.
Yeah, and we're going to see flopping. It'll be the officials have lost control of this a little bit. Millsaps gets out of that half-court trap. They're in a 2-3 zone. The throw to Melton. Melton goes up and lays it in. Yeah, Elise Warren, I know you were about to say it. Go ahead.
Warren doesn't want to get the foul, but better than that, Olivia Tucker keeps her head, gets into the gap, and finds a cutting Malia Melton. Those are the type of shots you have to take against a team right now that's trying to be over-aggressive.
And they're going to get Tucker. And see, Melton, instead of playing defense, Melton leaned into the screen and had to act up. And that's where you said earlier, don't get caught up into what's going on. Play basketball. And Melton ended up creating a scenario where Olivia Tucker picks up her 3rd foul. Play basketball, ladies. Emily Sims gets it inside to Whitney Novak. Melton, great defense, loose ball on the floor. Primo and Stewart with it, and it is going to get tied up.
It's going to stay with Millsaps.
It'll be inbound under for Millsaps. Millsaps has Whitney Novak, Abby Franklin, Elise Warren, Desiree Stewart, and Emily Sims on the floor. Oglethorpe, Skipper, Melton, Primo, Hudson, and Carly Bell. They're in their 2-3 zone. Desiree Stewart did a nice job of keeping her dribble. Skipper on a great closeout, but Whitney Novak knocks it down and cuts the margin to 5. Hudson from 19, in and out. Melton with a offensive rebound deflection. Carly Bell is going to pull up. I like it. She misses from the left baseline, but a nice job by Carly Bell. Transition defense not there. Whitney Novak misses. That's a big break. Gabby Hudson has to push it up the floor. It's deflected. Tried to go cross court. Abby Franklin made a nice defensive play. 3-on-1. Missed layup. Elise Warren's right there for the putback.
And I want to tell you, Warren did a great job there, basically walling off defenders to allow for the easy layup attempt and then grab the offensive rebound.
A 3-point game here, 32-29 Oglethorpe. Gabby Hudson sure did walk. Just different Gabby Hudson today from Friday night. Rose Delmovich is going to check in. Carly Bell will be in there with Morgan Skipper, Michaela Primo, and Camaria Rivera checked in for Melton. So it's a 3-point game. It's been quite a different kind of game, quite an interesting game. We've seen the officials calling an assortment of different kinds of fouls, which has resulted in a flopping game. Which team can flop more than the other, and they have honored the flop instead of reality.
Well, and I think Millsaps junked it up a little bit, and Olivia Tucker, while she was able to draw that offensive foul and technical, it seems like it's changed the tone and tenor of the way Oglethorpe was playing. Oglethorpe was playing with a very nice pace, had found their offensive rhythm, were able to knock down some jumpers, and since that technical, the physicality of Millsaps has taken over, and they've got them to climb from an 8-point deficit down to 3.
Well, Oglethorpe only 2 of 9 from the floor. One of those was a 3 from Morgan Skipper, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And we've got a 3-point ball game with just outside 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Abby Franklin with it, defended man-to-man now for Oglethorpe. You've got Rivera defending Warren. Both players have 3 fouls. Rivera tried to take a charge, didn't get it. The ball was kicked out to Emily Sims, and Emily Sims has tied it up at 32-all with a 3. Sims only 3 of 12 from outside the arc this season prior to this ball game. Delmovich with it. Primo has it, sets the table at the top, skips it inside to Rivera. Rivera had her arm held by Stewart, no call. Primo's going to drive all the way in and lay it in. Love it. Very nicely done. The back defender, Elise Warren, had come all the way up almost to the free throw line to defend Rivera. That opened the basket, and Primo saw it and drove in for the layup.
Yeah, and you love it. Again, Michaela's really struggled from the floor, but decides right there, and that's her first basket made.
Again, that's Rivera with 3 fouls. She can't afford to foul, so she goes just straight up and down. Elise Warren knows it, lays it in. Alex Ritchie sends Malia Mountain back into the game. Delmovich thought about a 3. Primo with a nice penetration. Skips it to Morgan Skipper. Morgan Skipper for 3 from the left corner. Puts Oglethorpe back up 3 again.
And Morgan just has that swagger about her. You can tell her growing up in the ATL, she's been playing basketball a long time, hits the 3 and has a little skip going back down the floor. That was a great pass by Michaela Primo. And matador defense there from Camaria Rivera, again, not wanting to pick up foul number 4, and that's back-to-back layups she's given up.
Yeah, I mean, intentionally, Justin, Alex Ritchie's going to take a timeout to get Camaria off the floor. He said, you've got to defend some. She just stood there and allowed Abby Franklin to take 2 bounces and lay it in. And, I'm with her. You don't want to pick up your 4th foul, but you certainly can't play statue defense. So Alex Ritchie takes a quick timeout to reset his team, get Malia Melton into the game for Rivera. And Oglethorpe up 37-36 with 2.5 minutes left in the quarter.
Been a really fun game. Both teams struggling from the field. Millsaps up to 34%. Oglethorpe still shooting 28% from the field, but 41% from downtown, which is really good. Obviously, Carly Bell with a couple of 3s really got things going. Rebounds are basically even, 30-27. and then to go to the dreaded turnover, 16-13. After turning it over 38 times on Friday night, 13 is great in a totally different scenario. But again, this has been a very competitive back-and-forth game. I think it's about right now keeping your composure, playing defense, and be sound on offense.
Well, we don't have these kind of analytics, but 38 turnovers Friday night probably was in, 150 possessions.
Right.
And Bell, deep three, off the rim. Melton really trying to battle for the offensive rebound, and then after a physical battle for an offensive rebound, Rose Veldomovich is called for the biggest ticky-tack touch foul. Rose is like, really? You're going to call that? Both teams in the bonus now the rest of the quarter. And so Helena Rowe will go to the line to shoot two. Rowe goes there as a 91% free throw shooter, 21 of 23 on the season. Doesn't get there a lot, but is taking advantage of it. Never seen that before. No bounce, no hesitation. Get her the ball. She's going to put up and in. That is, honestly, as someone who prided himself in a shooting coach, I've never seen a 91% free throw shooter shoot that way. And she misses both of them. So here we go. Oglethorpe with the lead. They're going to be in their half-court trap. Melton's going to put it on the bounce, gets it into the paint, and you said it earlier, keep taking them, Malia. They will fall, and they did there, 39-36.
And Michaela did such a better job right over half court of getting rid of the ball before the trap was able to get there, and that's what set up Malia for the layup.
Really good defense by Malia Melton. Jumped on that low shoulder so Warren couldn't go baseline side. Bell has the ball. She's going to skip it to Primo. Primo is going to put it on the bounce, get into the paint, tips it back to Malia Melton. Emily Adams with 3 fouls has got to be careful. So does Warren. Warren battling for the board. They're going to give it back to Oglethorpe. Melton says, I can't believe I missed that layup. Going right at Warren now. Alex Ritchie makes that adjustment to try to pick up a 4th foul on Warren. And I think Justin LeBlanc, the coach for Millsaps, saw the same thing because he is very quick to put Taylor Frank into the ball game, a 6-foot sophomore from Raceland, Louisiana. They set a screen to get Skipper a 3-point look. She's going to take it into the paint. Good aggressive take. Primo gets the deflected offensive rebound. Her floater is going to draw a blocking call. It is going to go against Megan Beekman. And Primo will have 2 free throws.
They have done a much better job over the last 2 minutes or so getting into the teeth of this 1-3-1 and getting shots up on the rim. They're still not falling, but when you get them up there, what do you have the opportunity for? Offensive rebounds, and they've done exactly that. Second chance points are 8 apiece, but the last couple of times down, it's been offensive rebound, and Michaela steps up nicely and bangs in both of them.
Well, and that takes our shooting percentage from the free throw line for this game up to our average, just over 70%. So that's a good sign. If you're going to be in the bonus, take advantage of the bonus. Beekman knocks it down. I was surprised by that because on the catch, she was bobbling the ball, still got it up. I thought Justin LeBlanc was going to pick up a tee there. He was screaming for a call. The official who warned him earlier put her whistle in her mouth but did not call for anything. Primo gets it to Melton. Melton is going to pump. Taylor Frank is going to foul her. That one hurts because it's a Charlie horse. You could tell Malia is going to hobble it off a little bit. Hopefully it won't affect her free throw shooting, although today she's only 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Came in as a 70% free throw shooter. Hopefully she'll bring her average up at this point.
She's definitely hurting. You can tell she got kneed right in the thigh, and that's one that a lot of times it might take a day or two to work that Charlie horse out.
Whitney Novak about to check into the game. Melton's second free throw is good. Novak comes in. She has 2 fouls. She is going to get Taylor Frank out of there. Melton will come out. Camaria Rivera comes in. Interesting substitution with 3 fouls. 40 seconds left in the 4th period. I guess Coach Ritchie thinks it's 40 seconds. We'll deal with it. He does go to a 2-3 zone, though. No, it looks like they're in their switching man-to-man. Millsaps has their bulkier posts out. They're trying to get the ball to Novak. Novak misses. Rivera with the rebound goes to Dolmovich. And Alex Ritchie says, please pull it out for a last shot. Primo, they are going to be in a man-to-man look. Primo has got, looks like they're going to try to drive on Emily Adams and pick up a fourth foul on her, but Primo doesn't drive, pulls up from the left elbow, knocks down the jumper, poses. Adams from half court is going to miss off the backboard. So the posing Michaela Primo knocks down a 15-foot elbow jumper from the left elbow to put Oglethorpe up 5, 44-39.
Was it Coach Carter where they hit the jumper and the guy held it up there? And he said, no, I want you to hold it. Then that posed the rest of the game because no, as a matter of fact, it was in Love and Basketball. How can I forget Sanaa Lathan's character? Hits a jumper, holds it up, and the coach goes, now I want you to hold it there the rest of the game because your person just scored. Luckily for Michaela, and it was a great jumper. We're just having some fun. She held it up there, and there was not enough time in the end of the first half or the end of the third quarter to get it done. But a really good third quarter for Oglethorpe to withstand a run, stay in front. They were only outscored by 1, but remember, that was a run that got Millsaps back tied, and then you were able to overcome it, outscoring them by 5 about the last 3.5 minutes of that third quarter. What becomes interesting now is going to be foul scenarios. For Millsaps, their best player, Franklin, has 3. Adams, their other post, has 3. Warren, their third post, also has 3. For Oglethorpe, it's Kamaria Rivera, and it's Olivia Tucker. 2 of your leaders have 3. I'd be interested here if Coach Ritchie goes back with Olivia. He has not. It's going to be Havica and Delmovich, Primo, Skipper, and Rivera. I'd like to see an aggressive Rivera here for the first 3 or 4 minutes of this period.
Absolutely. Looks like they're going man-to-man with Whitney Novak on Rivera. They're looking to double. Now, they called her for a travel there. I really didn't see that. I saw a good step-through move. It's almost as if you can't move until you dribble in this ball game. I've seen more travel charges.
That's 6 turnovers for Kamaria, which is not like her at all. Like I said, I just think this game with this pace has really frustrated her. She's had a lot of bodies around her.
Three-pointer is in and out. Emily Adams chasing Primo. I think Adams is still torqued about the scenario earlier with Olivia Tucker. Delmovich being defended by Beekman. Havica, they're switching over on that side, so Franklin switches off. Havica is going to pass up a 3. Primo is going to reverse to Skipper. Wide open for 3, off the mark. Havica with a great hustle rebound. We saw some great hustle from her the other day. Rose Delmovich was begging for an outlet pass for a 3. Delmovich is going to take it. She's off the mark. Havica again! Unbelievable hustle from the freshman Havica. We saw that in the big win Friday night, and we see it again. Doing the little things that make a big difference.
Well, I'm interested now as Olivia Tucker checks back in for Mia Havica. The battle between her and Emily Adams now. Both of them need to keep it basketball. It got a little heated, but look, Olivia Tucker is going to come all the way up to half court, and she is ready to pick her up.
She's going to defend Adams, so I'm with you. I want to see that it stays as basketball. They switch. Looks like they're switching. Rivera is going to be on Warren. Skipper has Adams in trouble. Beekman comes to help her. Like we said, looks like they're switching at least 1 to 4. Franklin is going to try to take Primo off the bounce. Really good defense. But on the backside rebound is Elise Warren. And all day today, Elise Warren has done an unbelievable job, especially on the boards for the majors.
She's somebody that comes in averaging about 6.5 points a game, but has absolutely put her stamp on this ball game right now.
3-point lead for the Stormy Petrels. Primo is going to take it all the way in, miss the layup. Rivera's got to be careful. Almost got a tic-tac foul there on the defensive rebounder. Adams, back dribble. She's defended by Delmovich. Primo now on Beekman. Tucker over on Franklin in the corner. Franklin defended. She's going to physically take it and score over Tucker. I told you Friday night, Franklin had 18 of her 20 points in the second half. That was her 8th game with 20-plus points. No foul call on Warren. Rivera misses. Adams pushes, now thinks otherwise. Justin LeBlanc calls his team to set it up. Delmovich on Adams. Skipper on Novak. Going to go right to Warren again. Warren's going to get bumped by Rivera, no call. Misses. Skipper with the rebound. Tucker looks to push, up 1. Tucker back dribbles. Adams is going to get called for a foul. Sawyer has one technical today. Tucker again with some dramatics. Carly Bell and Malia Melton will check in. 7:08 left in the game. Melton gets Rivera out of there. Domovich comes out with Carly Bell checking in. You got 2 3-point shooters in either corner, Morgan Skipper and Carly Bell. I'm sure up top they're going to move it in such a way that they get some open looks from those 2 3-point shooters. Tucker is going to take a three, misses. Melton battles, but Warren comes down with the rebound. She's going to push it up the floor. Transition defense is lacking. Warren gets within 6 feet of the hoop and lays it in, and Millsaps has taken the lead here, 45-44. Tucker again is going to put it on the bounce, takes it into the paint, misses, battles. Primo with it. She's going to bring it out and set it up.
Yeah, right now it has been an issue. 6-0 run for Millsaps. They've gotten exactly what they wanted at the rim and a couple of rush shots here. That was a great backdoor cut by Morgan Skipper. Olivia Tucker found her, but she's going to be fouled on the floor before the shot.
Yeah, Devin Campbell fouled her. It was either that or a layup. Not a bad foul to take. It's going to be Oglethorpe ball inbound under. 6:21 left in the ball game. Rachel Flume checking into the game for Elise Warren. Both coaches protecting their posts that are in foul trouble down the stretch, try to make them available for the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. Skipper has it, gets it to Primo. You got 2 3-point shooters on the right side. They've got to pick their poison. Carly Bell is going to be just off the mark. Whitney Novak with the rebound. Emily Adams with the ball.
Tucker picking up full court with a lot of switching going on right now. Her and Adams still chirping at each other.
They're definitely using Flume as a screening option. They are going to call Megan Beekman for the foul. Melton took the blocking call. 5:49 left in the ball game. Kamaria Rivera is going to check in for Oglethorpe. She'll come in for Morgan Skipper. And Emily Sims came into the ball game for Beekman. Helena Rowe now checks in. She's going to come in for Devin Campbell.
Scenario here where Kamaria, and I know she's had a rough one, you have not had a basket here in the fourth period. You got to get it to your best player and just tell her it's time to go to work. Put the last 20, 30 minutes behind you and see if you can come up with a basket.
Yeah, I'd like to see them get her the ball on the block for an easier shot and an easier make. Melton for three, misses. Not sure Alex liked that shot early in the possession. Melton only 1 of 7 on the year from outside the arc. Again, I'd like to see the ball in Rivera's hands. They're looking to get it inside to Novak against Rivera. Rowe now on the perimeter going to lob to Flume. Good defense from Melton. Bell seals off. Adams puts it on the bounce. No call either way. Carly Bell with it. She's going to push it ahead to Primo. Primo's got to make a good decision. That's a good one not to take it. Melton's got to make a good decision now. Primo drives baseline. She is going to step on the end line. Emily Sims with really good defense. And we're going to have a media timeout. 4:49 right now. Everybody, I'm going to give them a benefit of the doubt and saying trying too hard to make something happen instead of allowing an offensive flow to happen. Defensively, it doesn't seem like they've got enough in the tank to move their feet. They're a little slow-footed. They're allowing a lot of paint touches, and when they've gotten stops, it's been more of misses than stops.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And scoreless through half of the fourth period. You say it. Way too much one-on-one basketball, not enough screening, not enough moving, not enough trusting your teammates. When they were able to score 19 in the third period and 16 in the second, it was ball movement and finding an open shooter. Right now, it's trying to force it places, and nobody for Oglethorpe hitting shots. You look at their team stats, 25% from the floor. It's not going to win you any basketball game. 35% is what they're giving up. They've played very solid defense. the entire way. Here in the fourth period, you got 4:49 separating you from being in third place or fifth place. Time to buckle down and see if you can come up with some plays.
Hey, John, we both said get the ball to Rivera, but not when there's 4 people standing around her.
Right.
Get the ball moving. Take open looks on the perimeter if you get them. If you're a three-point shooter, let's get Melton in the paint, not for a 3 at the top of the key. Let's get our shooters some shot looks. And eventually some things will happen. Skipper with a great defensive play. Adams comes in, and Adams called for her foul, and that is Adams' 5th. So she is out of the ball game, and she will head to the bench with her 5th foul. All 5 of which she just was incredulous that she actually committed a violation. It is 4:36 left in the game. And if you look at the scoreboard, what's really interesting is the Stormy Petrels are in the bonus the rest of the way, and Oglethorpe, but this, in my opinion as a former coach, is indicative of the lack of defensive intensity. We have no fouls.
Right.
In 5.5 minutes of the fourth period, we have no fouls called on us. Now, I don't want them to intentionally go pick them up,
right?
But, man, I think that's just a lack of physicality and a lack of defensive intensity. Skipper knocks down the first free throw to tie it at 45. Second is up, and Malia Melton is going to get called for a lane violation.
And that's taking a point off the board. It's taking a chance to have the lead. That's just a mental breakdown by Malia there, getting in a half a second early. You know, with 4:30 to go, I'm not telling my people on the foul line really to even go for rebounds. I trust that we're going to make the free throw.
Rebound is loose on the floor. Primo with it. And Alex Ritchie takes a very good timeout there. He had 3 to use, so he took a 30 to make sure he maintained possession of the ball because they have fought their way to get a free throw.
Right.
I know it's an unbelievable thing to say, but in 5 minutes and 42 seconds, that one free throw that Skipper made before the second went in and was wiped off the board by the Melton lane violation, that's the only point Oglethorpe has in this quarter, being outscored 6-1, and he could ill afford to have the ball turned over there. He wants it. He wants to get something on the board and take the lead back.
Yeah, he realized that was a huge possession, and the last thing you wanted was a dead ball turnover. You're talking about 2 of the bigger lineups that either team's capable of putting on the floor are out there now. Skipper, Melton, and Rivera up front. Havica, this is a time where if she can find a gap, might be able to get an open 3.
Skipper, left corner, long on her three-point shot. Melton doesn't get the rebound. This is going to be dangerous. Really nice job. Didn't think that was a foul on Skipper. Skipper tried to slap at the ball from behind. Franklin scored the layup, and she'll go to the line for the old-fashioned and one.
And that's one where your floor balance was off. Skipper shoots a corner 3. You always are taught as the guard at the top, you have got to get back to take off the fast break. Michaela was down there trying to get a rebound, and unfortunately, Franklin got a head of steam, and nobody could get in between her and the basket.
Franklin puts Millsaps up 3 with just 4 minutes to go in this ball game. Tucker, Skipper, Primo. Primo thought about a 3. She's going to take a runner and knock it in over Elise Warren. Cuts the deficit to 1.
And that, again, is the smarter shot. Michaela, not a great three-point shooter, really good with the floating action in the lane, drove in, got one to go up over the top, and knocked that one in.
Melton's going to foul. The one thing they've got to know from a scouting report, and I have a feeling Alex Ritchie is about to tell her this, is, and you chart these things when you're a coach and you're watching film, Warren goes over her left shoulder 100% of the time. Mm-hmm. And that's what he's telling her right now. You've got to sit on that shoulder and not allow her to turn over it at all. We saw Rivera do a really nice job of that when she was defending in the post, jump that shoulder, force Warren over her right shoulder. She doesn't like to do that. Warren knocks down the first free throw. Second is good to put Millsaps up 3 again.
Another critical possession here. You got to find a quality shot. The three-point shot is open.
lays
That's
it
way
in.
more quality.
Well, what he did, he told her to go to the free throw line. They cleared out and let her go one-on-one on Elise Warren, and Warren's concerned about picking up the foul, and Melton just did a nice job. Franklin kicks it to Rowe. Rowe knocks down a 17-footer. Justin LeBlanc takes the timeout. So 3:06 left in this ball game. Millsaps up 52-49. And right now, this point of the game, you probably have, well, let's see, you probably have 8 to 10 total possessions between the two teams. And you're really in a score and stop mentality down 3. You got to score, you got to get a stop, and it's just got to be repeated over and over and over again if you're going to pull out a victory that keeps you in third place in this league.
The problem is back-to-back baskets, and then you've given up back-to-back baskets. So defensive intensity has to pick up. Right now, Morgan Skipper, your leading scorer, she's got 12. Malia Melton has a double-double with 11 points and 10 rebounds. Michaela Primo with 10. Elise Warren over on the other side off the bench with 18, and Haley Franklin with 14. So those are the two the majors are going to try to get the ball to. Ball denial, but then get them away from the spots that they like. I think more importantly here, and Kamari Rivera still not back in the game, this is one where you may be able to find an open shooter again, whether it's Mia Havica or Morgan Skipper in the corner. Step in and knock them down, women.
With Rivera on the bench, honestly, John, I almost wonder if it's a matter of not having a focused offensive attack, spreading it all around. Not very good transition defense again. Wide open layup for Abby Franklin. A little bit minimal defensive pressure. They're in their half-court trap. Tucker's going to get out of it. Sims is going to try to defend. And Tucker inexplicably gets the ball to roll with some spin and scores over Warren to cut it to 3. But now, if you ever get a stop with 2.5 minutes left, this is it right here.
Yeah,
Rivera's going to go to the table to check in. They have got to get a stop. Havica comes over. She's going to get called for a block. They forced Warren over her right shoulder. Havica looked like she took it. They call Warren for the block. Warren will go to the free throw line. She's been knocking down her free throws today. 4 of 6. Has 2 here. 2:17 left in the ball game. Warren is off the mark. Emily Sims remembers the day when there were 1-and-1s in women's basketball. She was aggressive to go after the miss, but Skipper's got to box her out here and gets a box out. Warren's second is good. So it's a 4-point lead with just outside 2 minutes left.
Do not need a 3, just need a quality shot.
Need a really good look. Whoever it is, need a really good look out of the flow of the offense. Primo's going to drive, dish to Rivera. Rivera gets the good look and knocks it down from 13. And Alex Ritchie's going to take a quick timeout. Rivera, to your point, got a great look. Primo takes it hard on the drive, draws 2 defenders, and kicks back over her shoulder to Rivera, and she knocks it down.
And that's, for me, that just shows the maturity level of Kamaria Rivera. Has not had her best game, really struggling from the field, and when she gets an opportunity and the ball gets her right in that shooting pocket, there was no hesitation from about 12 feet and knocks it down, and she immediately grabbed Michaela and said, great pass. It's what you want. You need ball sharing, and you just need quality shots. Now you need to stop. Millsaps has scored, I believe, on their last 6 possessions, either via free throw or on shots. You have to find a way here to get a stop to try to get back and get an opportunity to take the lead.
Carly Bell, Skipper, Morgan Skipper, Kamaria Rivera, Michaela Primo, Olivia Tucker into the game, picking up the court. I would lose my mind if I was Justin LeBlanc. That official has been suckered into that. I mean, we benefit from that, but, I mean, that's all I'll say.
LeBlanc's about to lose it over here.
That's all I'll say. It's just unbelievable that, wow.
2-point game, 1:55 to go.
Tucker misses the layup. Elise Warren gets it. Emily Sims runs out. Really nice defensive play by Carly Bell. It doesn't matter. Emily Sims lays it in, and the lead's back to 4 with 1:42 left. Michaela Primo uses Rivera's screen. Bell looking inside to Rivera. They're
going to call a nickel dimer right there on Helena Rowe, I guess on the discard, and Carly Bell's going to be rewarded with 2 free throws. Very ticky-tack on this. Physical as this game has been, very, very ticky-tack.
Same official. It's, wow. Well, Oglethorpe hits the first free throw. Carly Bell to cut it to 3. 1:27 left. Doesn't really matter what's going on with the officials. They've got to get a stop. Malia Melton's going to check in. She's going to get Carly Bell. This is definitely a defensive move. They're going to match up full court, man-to-man.
Olivia Tucker going to be a deterrent. Don't want her to pick up a cheapie.
Megan Beekman bringing it up the floor with Tucker in her hip pocket. Primo is going to defend Abby Franklin. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 1:15 on the game clock. If you ever get a stop, it's right here. Yep. And Justin LeBlanc sees it. He wants to make sure they get the best possession they can get. He had 3 timeouts to use. He's going to take one there. Alex Ritchie and Oglethorpe is down to their last timeout. He'll have to save it. So 57-55, there's no doubt they're going to use this timeout to set the table for what they need to do both defensively and offensively.
Well, the biggest thing is dropping back into the 2-3 zone. You're almost inviting a perimeter shot, but you have to find a way to get a body on Haley Franklin or Elise Warren. If the shot goes up from anybody other than those two, find them, get a body on them, and secure a rebound. He's bringing back Morgan Skipper and Malia Melton, so more size up front. Back to your starting 5.
Franklin's inbounding. You got to watch something, a play that goes right back to her after the inbound pass. There it goes. Primo, they're in that 2-3 zone, but they've really got to mark the weapons. You got to mark Franklin. This one's Beekman off the mark. Skipper with the rebound. Tucker comes up with the loose ball. Skipper had her hands on it, deflected it. Oglethorpe comes down to tie or take the lead.
No need to rush.
Nope. The key is to get a great shot. Primo misses. Rivera battles for the rebound, but Helena Rowe comes up with it, so they get the stop. Abby Franklin is going to take her time because the shot clock, they're going to foul Franklin. Franklin comes into this ball game as a 72% free throw shooter on 170 trips. I talked about the fact that she averages over 8 free throws a game and shoots 72% from there.
So that was the 4th team foul.
Smart move by Alex Ritchie with the shot clock, game clock. He had to use a foul there to make sure that they get into the position to send someone to the free throw line. They had fouls to give.
Well, now you play it straight up. Down 2, to me, I am not playing free throw game. I'm playing straight up. That you can ill afford to do.
And they set a screen, slip a screen. Whitney Novak goes back door. Morgan Skipper is forced to foul her to make sure that Novak is going to have to earn it. Emily Sims will check in for Megan Beekman. Kamaria Rivera, Malia Melton, Carly Bell check in for Havica, Tucker, and Melton.
Well, now your hope is you miss one of 2 and can keep it a 1-possession game. If not, you're playing the foul game the rest of the way.
Yeah, I said Melton. It's actually Hudson who came out. Novak swishes the free throw. Still a 1-possession game. This is going to be a key one here. 58-55. This free throw could make it a 2-possession game. Misses. Skipper with the rebound. It's got to find a guard. Please find a guard. Gives it to Melton. Melton's going to drive. Get bumped. Not going to get the ball. Nobody's on the boards. And it is going to go Oglethorpe way. So it's a 3-point game. 16.1 seconds left. Olivia Tucker's going to check in. Alex Ritchie is going to pull Michaela Primo out. He's got a couple three-point shooters on the floor. Justin LeBlanc is going to take a timeout.
Normally I would say go try to get the easiest shot, but with 16-1 to go, I'm probably hunting a three early. If they close out and I can get a straight line drive for a layup, I do so. And then again, you play the foul game. With one timeout left, you really probably only have 2 possessions tops. Shot here, good or bad. If you make it and you're able to foul, you're probably going to get one more possession to try to win or tie the game.
Well, and John, I told you as a coach, I learned a long, long time ago from Dean Smith in this situation, if you take a perimeter jump shot, everybody's got to crash the offensive boards, and you have to come up with an offensive rebound or commit the foul right there. It saves time from trying to chase down somebody to foul them. Olivia Tucker will inbound. You've got Milton, Camaria Rivera, Morgan Skipper, and Carly Bell with the ball. Tucker goes right to Rivera. Looked like she got hit, but she scores. Now you got to pick up a quick foul. Oh, Carly Bell with the steal. Let's see what the call is. Okay, they said she was on the line. Carly Bell almost came up with the steal. Now you've got to deny, and you've got to foul on the catch. You've got to go for the steal. Alex Ritchie is asking the official.
Trying to see what he's trying to come up with here.
Well, as Bell intercepted the ball, she was in bounds. She began to fall out of bounds and tried to throw it off the defender.
I'm trying to lip read the official said she had possession when she went out of bounds. I think they were trying to get a timeout called.
Yeah.
Now they're going to advance the ball into half court, which actually makes it a little bit easier to inbound.
Well, you got to go for a steal here, and if you don't get it, it's got to be a foul.
Yeah, and I'm fouling anyone not named Franklin.
Well, and honestly, John, with 12.7 left, I'm not even sure I'm worried about not fouling Franklin. You know it's a disadvantage, but you're only down 1, so it still gives you a shot to hit a 3 to tie it. They will inbound.
They're going to invite the pass to go right here. Skipper with the foul.
Justin LeBlanc has got to be careful. He's been warned. I mean, everybody in this gym knew they were going to intentionally foul, and he's like crying for a physical foul. So Helena Rowe will go there. Now, again, she came in 21 of 23. This is the player who shoots as soon as she catches the ball from the official, and she missed her first 2 today, got that one.
She took a little more time on that one, kind of rubbed her hands a little bit here.
Big free throw. 2-point game, 3-point game. So now Alex Ritchie will take his last timeout. He will advance it. And now there's no doubt to me they'll hunt a 3. I think with 11.8.
And no timeouts is the bigger part.
Right.
I think if you have a timeout, you still go layup foul and figure you can advance it without a timeout to advance the ball. You figure you need at least about 4 seconds to inbound from the baseline and get a quality shot.
Well, again, they're going to advance it, though.
Well, no, I'm saying afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the other thing here, John, is, again, I say it over and over again, but it was such a light bulb moment for me when Dean Smith taught it to me, is if you take the 3, everybody's got to crash the offensive boards. If you get the offensive rebound, you got to muscle through and try to draw a foul. If you don't get the offensive rebound, the ball can't go any farther. It's got to be a foul right there, and you can't be worried about who's getting fouled. Millsaps 11 of 17 from the free throw line. Elise Warren has 3 of those 6 misses. She's not on the floor. Helena Rowe missed 2 earlier, but she is in the floor. Tucker's got it. She's going to drive, get it to Morgan Skipper. They are going to foul. 7.4 seconds left. That was an alternative we didn't cover. And now Skipper is going to go to the free throw line. So now you're in a situation where defensively you will pick up and, again, go for a steal or a foul. This is also a situation where I like to put somebody on the inbounder.
Yep.
Just making it a little bit more difficult, because then you're all matched up man-to-man, and you're going for a steal or you foul your guy. Skipper's first free throw is good. Makes it a 2-point game.
Now, do you play for the miss here or make and then foul?
I think you make it and then foul with 7.4 left. I think if you're under 5, you're going to go for the miss and a tip out. But now they're going to go man-to-man. Nobody's on Franklin. I would like to see somebody on Franklin. They're going to go to Novak. I'm not sure Alex Ritchie wanted that. They left her wide open.
He did not.
Not good talking there. You've got to match up during the free throw. I've got her, and if her leaves the lane and you're on the lane, you've got to either go with her or tell somebody else to take her. So Novak goes to the free throw line. Novak today is one of 2 from the free throw line. On the season, Novak is a 65% shooter.
Yep.
Not a stellar one, but a good one. If she misses, there are no timeouts. You've got to push it up the floor in 5.6 seconds. First one is good. Now you're down 2 on this make. You've got to hunt a 3, and you don't have the benefit of a timeout. I think they're going to foul. The ball rattles in.
And their coach is calling for a foul. So they're going to play the foul game here. And they're going to foul Michaela in the backcourt. This is where with 4.7, if she makes the first one, I tell her miss the second one. Try to get it high up and see if Kamaria Rivera, Morgan Skipper, or Malia Melton can go grab a rebound.
Yeah. Well, what you do here, you're going to miss. And on the second, if you make the first, you want Skipper and Rivera to knife inside from their position. Don't go baseline side. Knife inside and try to tip it out, and that's what Alex Ritchie's probably saying right now. And then you're going to have Melton and Tucker outside the arc scrambling to get the deflection out. You want to shoot it naturally. She is going to push it. They're going to call whom?
How was that a lane violation?
Didn't see it. Now you got to foul, and you got to foul quick. Subs coming into the game. You got a man-to-man, and you got a foul. Again, steal or a foul. See, now if I was Mia was a half step late. I think Coach Ritchie's upset about that. You can't be a half step late and play for the foul. You have got to try to get the steal. Carly Bell almost came up with the miracle steal a minute ago. Right. You got to get the steal, the drive, and tie the game up with a layup, not foul.
Well, what I've also noticed here, unless she goes to the line, Maddie Howell, and misses both, LeBlanc is going to foul as soon as we get the ball in bounds. So it's really dependent now on them missing a couple of free throws for us to even have a chance to go down and shoot a game-tying 3.
Absolutely.
She missed she made both last time.
Novak is good there. So she hits this one, it's ball game. It'd be a 2-possession game. 4.1 left. Carly Bell lining up on her favorite spot. Howell gets the benefit of the roll, and Millsaps is going to win this game. Skipper is going to take a half-court shot, and it is going to rim out, and Millsaps gets a big 64-60 road win over Oglethorpe, and they will come